Hello, everybody. This is a two-part exercise for you today. The first part is an exercise. The second part is going to be just some theory on grip. So here's the exercise. It's pretty easy. What you're going to do is you're going to do triplets, alternating triplets. So it'll be right, left, right, left, right, left. We're going to accent the first one. So one triplet, two triplet, three triplet, four triplet. Now, the first step is you want to make sure that your accents are loud and consistently loud. So the accents always come from the full stroke. And the left hand comes from the full stroke also, and it's not here one time, here another time. And that the low notes are also consistently at the same height. If you're not good with that and your sticks are here one time and here another time, I recommend putting your sticks up at a certain height and practicing upstrokes. So you're just going to pull it down, practice with your wrist pulling up. You don't have to practice down, you have to practice up. That's going to determine your steadiness and your sound. So that's that. Anyway, let's assume you've got that down. So you've got... What you're going to do then is you're going to add some, what they say, add some cheese to it, or a diddle. So you're basically just going to double bounce. And you're going to double bounce the second one. So it's going to be an accent, diddle, non-accent, accent, diddle, non-accent. So. And you're aiming for those to be clean. I'm using my fingers. I'm dropping and I'm allowing the stick to push my fingers open, and then I'm catching it with my fingers to control it. I'm not squeezing the stick, and I'm definitely not doing this or pushing it, because we don't want buzzy notes. So, next up, add another diddle. To the last part of the triplet. So one triplet, two triplet, three. So, and then alternate between all three. So you've got pretty easy to do. If you want to add variations to that, you can move the accent. So you can maybe diddle the first one and then put the accent on the second, and then the last will be the one. Or you could do move the accent to the last one. So there's lots of things you could do. You can move to the toms. So on and so on. Once again, you just want to make sure that the diddles are not squashed, buzzed, and that's where part 2 of this lesson comes into play. So let's talk about grip. The proper way to get those, what I'm using is I'm making sure that I'm using the back fingers here. Never ever should your fingers be off the sticks like this. Reason is there's no way to control the stick like this. You're going to lose it, or you have to squeeze it. And when you squeeze, your wrist locks up because your fingers and your wrist are connected. So you're not going to be able to combine accents and diddles, which is what this exercise is about. We can do rolls sometimes, but sometimes I see people roll and they're like, sure, it's all sloppy, but second, okay, do an accent. And the stick's going to go flying out of your hand, or you're going to have to squeeze it. So by holding it with the back fingers and not allowing us to pinch it here, we have all the control that we need to. It's not going to fly out of our hands because my fingers are around it. And we have that leverage. Another side effect is we're going to have more power. So let's talk about that. Besides the fingers being right here on the stick to control those doubles, I don't even need my pointer finger, right? It's in my hands. All I have to do is pull my fingers in to control it. So and so on. Of course, I'm not going to play with my fingers out here like that. Let's talk about this. If I'm holding it like this, which I see a lot of people do, you really are only pushing the stick forward. So if you try to play an accent like this, you have to use muscle to get it as loud as you can. You're still only getting pushed because you're only, in theory, pushing the top half of the stick. If I keep this grip here, I'm more throwing it like you're casting a fishing pole, right? Or whipping a whip, if you're into that sort of thing. But what happens is the fingers here, as you go down, are pushing the bottom of the stick that way, while the top is being pushed that way. So you have a clotheslining effect, which gives you a lot more energy. So that's where that accent will play. So this is called the molar grip, named after Sanford Moeller. The trick is not to squeeze here, where you're only kind of pushing. Here, you're doing like a slingshot sort of exercise. So that's where that comes into play. So when you put the two together, I can easily do an accent, control the diddles, and control that light note there. if I squeeze, I'll squeeze afterwards. So I'll place normal and then I'll squeeze the stick here. You should be able to hear the difference. Okay, ready? See, it gets real. We don't want that. So that's it. If you have any questions, problems, concerns, you let me know. If not, I'll see you next week.